Hi, I'm Jeremy, and this is the Rustic Hills Homestead. Today I'm going to take you along and we're going to talk a little bit about the horses here on the homestead and what it takes to take care of them and make sure that they are happy, healthy, and available for lots of fun here on the homestead. We'll go around and look at some of the things it takes to take care of the horses and also some of the things that we use the horses for. So today's a little muddy here on the homestead as some of the snow that we've gotten recently is melting with a little bit of warmer weather. But as you can see, my daughter is out practicing with her horse. Dude, he's the one male horse we have here on the homestead. He's a gelding. And a gelding just means that he has been fixed, for lack of a better word. This is a kit that we use for grooming the horses, especially we do that before we saddle the horse. We try and also do it intermittently in between, but we do it before we saddle the horse so there's nothing underneath the saddle that would rub and irritate the horse and cause them to misbehave or even just be uncomfortable. So before we moved here, this barn was just a tin room, more or less, with a bunch of chicken wire inside that was separating the areas inside the barn. I took a lot of that off, took a lot of the tin off the front. It's not pretty yet, we'll get there, but we got these stall doors and put them in so that each horse has their own full-size stall to go into, especially when the weather is a little less than kind. Some people say that that's more for the owner than the horse. These horses are all Mustangs but one, and a Mustang is a wild horse that was on the range and rounded up by the Bureau of Land Management to control herd size. Why do they do that? So you don't want too many horses all competing for limited resources, and that's how they manage the herd. You know, if there's too many, they'll take some and they'll adopt them out to people like us so that the wild horses and their herds can stay healthy and not starve. So let's meet some of our horses. I'm going to try and be better today about having the sun behind the camera as much as I can. This is our most skittish horse. Her name is Roxy. Roxy generally doesn't like to get too close. She's the one that really hasn't been ridden much at all. She's my wife's horse, and my wife has trained her to lead and with some groundwork, but has not yet trained her as far as riding. My daughter's been on her a couple of times, my crazy older daughter, but all in all, Roxy tends to remain pretty skittish. You can see the Freeze brand on the side of her neck, and that's all Mustangs when they're rounded up by the BLM get a Freeze brand like that. Yes, yes. And Roxy's very muddy. Horses like to roll around in the dirt and mud, and that's another reason it's important to groom them regularly. This is my horse. This is the one that is not a Mustang. She's a thoroughbred. Her name is Lady. Lady's a sweetheart. Yes. I might be saddling Lady up today to go for a ride. And my older daughter's horse. These pens need to be mucked out really bad. Now that things are starting to thaw out a little bit, we might get to that. Hi, Lady. Yes. 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 Say hi. Yep. Lady's a great horse. She's probably our easiest going horse on the homestead. And that's why she's my horse, because I don't barrel race. I just like a horse I can get on and go for a ride. And this is Mickey. Mickey's probably our biggest troublemaker here on the homestead. She is a Mustang. She's my older daughter's horse. And she's a great barrel horse, but she's also curious to a fault. And likes to chew on everything, including all the wood in her stall, despite having tried several things to prevent that. She's pretty sweet, but she tends to be trouble sometimes. And Mickey's pen needs to be mucked out too, you can see. So some of the things we have to take care of the horses. Now obviously we have an indoor space for all of them to get out of the wind. Yes. Yes. And they all have access to water. And we keep heaters in the water so that the water doesn't freeze here in the winter, which it likes to do. They all have access to food. Mickey's is back there. She shares with the cows. And Lady, Roxy, and Dude all share here. Now, if you saw the video, I think it was 2 videos ago, where we started using the hay nets. And these hay nets have been great so far. They have cut down the horses' hay consumption, well, I should say the waste, because you can see where they were pulling it all out before and just wasting it, trampling all over it. These hay nets have cut that down by about half. So where we were going through one of these bales once a week, actually about every 6 days, it's now lasting us almost 2 weeks. So that is huge for us, especially to get through on the limited hay supply we have through the winter. And you can see the goat feeder over there for their hay. They've actually been really good. So, something else we have to take care of horses and other animals here is a little chute for if we ever have to put a horse or even a cow in to do a little veterinary work, either when the vet comes out to the homestead or if we have to do it. That just provides a safe space for them to get into where they can't move around a whole lot and get hurt or hurt someone else while we're trying to take care of them. Let's go into one of the stalls. Hey, Mick. So here are the stalls inside the barn that we installed. And you can see how the horses sometimes chew on the wood. We've tried a few different things. If anyone has any good solutions, I'm open to suggestion. But previously when we moved in, this was all open space. And we have tried to make it a comfortable place for all the horses to be able to come in and get out of the wind and rain. See, look at her chewing. Knock it off, Mick. Knock it off. No. 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 And I built a little ladder for our barn cats to be able to go up into their little bed. Yes. I know your roommate's kind of a nut job, huh? Yes. So here's our tack area where we keep our saddles and bridles and lead ropes. and some of our equipment for taking care of the animals. Usually the grooming equipment goes up there, as well as some veterinary equipment. And when I say veterinary equipment, trust me, I am not doing any major procedures on these animals. That would be a veterinarian that would come out to the homestead to do that. We take care of making sure that the flies stay off of them and that sort of thing as best as we can. So that's primarily the equipment we're using here as far as veterinary equipment. I have one more door to install on Mickey's stall. Here it is. The trick is getting it all the way over there through those gates. Not as easy as I'd like, but hopefully that'll be done here soon. So hopefully you can see I'm going to groom my horse and hopefully prepare to go for a little ride. This brush I do in circular motions, get some of the dirt and nasty up to the top. I am certainly not as good at this as my daughters are. I'm sure if they were here right now, they'd be yelling at me, telling me I'm doing it all wrong. And I'm sure there's probably some folks out there that would say I'm not doing it right. You're probably right. I do my best. horses was over here and bothering her, especially behind her, she might kick out just to get the horse away from her. She does not do that to me. Alright, so I put the saddle on, and I'm probably going to go over there and get yelled at for the way that I did it, because I might have not done it correctly, but we'll have my daughter double check. And I have the bridle here, so I'll let them help me put that on, because of course, you know, the biggest thing with horses is safety. You don't want to forsake safety and then get hurt. I'll be honest, I don't ride a whole lot, especially by myself. Usually my daughter sets me up, but she's over there practicing barrels right now. So I thought I could run through this by myself, but I'm going to be smart and ask for help before I mess something up. So we're just walking along our little trail over here to our round pen and arena. And as you can see, Lady leads really, really well. There's like no slack in the line. She's just following me. I'm sorry, there's a ton of slack in the line. And just finishing up her practice, and she's going to come over and make sure I put the saddle on right, and then she's going to help me put the bridle on, and maybe we'll go for a little ride. It's getting a little windy and cold, so I don't know how long we'll be out, but yes, I know. We'll give it a try. Tell me if I did the right thing with the saddle. Okay, so not entirely wrong.
Also, why did you put 2 pads?
Well, there was one already under the thing, and then I thought the other one looked good. So I don't know.
2 pads is kind of weird, but okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Keep the horse warm.
We figure-eighted this. So if you come over here, Daddy.
Hold on. Yeah.
So you tighten this up. This goes down this way.
I did that, didn't I?
No, you had it coming up.
Oh,
like that.
okay, I see.
It just comes like
Alright.
a figure-8 thing.
So I didn't want to do that. I want to go down in. Yep.
Okay. Then you come up here. Let's see if this thing is long enough.
Okay, so
Short latigo.
I was pretty close.
So instead of tying the knot, because you have a short latigo and it doesn't work, we're going to just put it through the hole.
Okay.
And then put that in the keeper.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. So you're pretty close.
Alright, and now how about the bridle? That's the part I know I really don't want to mess up. So.
Yeah, because if you mess up your bridle, you might die. First, we're going to untangle your reins. Hers has a throat. Yeah. So, Lady, are you going to be good about this for me? So first, we're going to undo this. Oh, and Daddy, another thing I'm going to teach you. This, when you tie it, it should come under and around.
Oh.
You had it over and around.
Oh.
I just learned that too, so
Okay.
I probably taught you wrong.
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Look at the sun.
Huh?
Look at the sun for a second.
Well, I'm trying to keep the sun behind me and the camera because someone yelled at me last time for having the sun on the wrong side of the camera. This is JC. She also does all the editing.
This is the hard part, getting it in their mouth. And
that's the right bridle, right?
Yeah, you got.
I think I got all the right.
Actually, I think this might be Mickey's, but that's okay. We might just have to readjust things slightly.
Okay.
But that goes through the loop-de-loop.
Okay.
And yep, that's actually perfect size for her, even though it's not hers. So that's cool. And then we bring this underneath. You want to be able to fit like 3 fingers in here
Okay.
when you do it, because you don't want to choke her out. With the throat latch. Why is my phone ringing? So that's about right. And then we put that through the keeper.
Phew. Oh.
There you go. He sneezed.
Must be all the horsehair because I groomed her.
And then you're going to take that off.
All right.
And then we're going to untangle all this because I don't know what that is.
All right.
And then to put it up on her, we're going to go in a cross pattern. Kind of like that. And then that one's going to come untangle.
I got to get on that side to get up, right?
Whoa,
Whoa.
girl.
Whoa.
The hardest part with her is getting her to hold still, so I might have to hold her for you.
Do I need to be on that side?
Yes. You get on from the left. Hold.
All right. Let's
You want
see.
me to hold that for you?
Sure.
Okay.
Who's the horse? What's this thing for? Is this important?
Not really. I mean, it holds your stirrup together, but
These stirrups are.
they're probably not long enough for you. I'm pretty sure I'm the last one that rode in this saddle, so I'm gonna have to change them. But
1, 2, 3. Okay.
I honestly don't know what I'm aiming at right now, so I hope this looks good.
I don't know.
Can you get your stirrup?
I don't know if I'm getting in on the right side.
Yeah, that's right. I just have to lengthen them. So you want to hold this and your horse?
I will hold the camera and my horse. I have reins.
Pick that up. Oh, girl.
All right.
Now
Wait.
you're gonna take this foot out for a minute. I'm gonna make it longer for you. Whoa.
Whoa.
Do you not know how to hold?
Whoa.
Okay, I need 3 people to do this.
So here we are on the horse. And JC's lengthening my stirrups because she shortened them when she rode.
Well, yeah. Your legs are way longer than mine.
Oh,
You can't just
whoa.
leave them at your length, otherwise I have no stirrups. Try that. Cool. Okay. Now we need to put out. Back. This comes forward. And see, Daddy, this is what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It really
Whoa.
isn't that big of a deal if you don't have it. It just helps keep everything organized. Dude's just standing over there like, what the heck are they doing? This is the hardest turn. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this one. You might have to help me.
Well, I'm kind of up here now.
I know, but you can still do it.
With the camera in my hand?
Well, then I would have to hold the camera and the horse, but like, it'd be awesome if Gramps could do it, but he's not here. Hold on, let me put my glove on.
Ooh, gloves. That was a good idea. I probably should have worn some gloves.
Well, these I'm pretty sure are too small.
I thought it was going to be warmer out.
I didn't need to wear them while I was riding. I'm just putting it on now so that I don't cut my hand. Come on. Because yours hasn't been used very much. We got it new, so this is still clamped down really tight. Because you don't ride very much. Gramps! I need you!
Whoa.
Almost there.
Alright, I am going to pause this video while we attempt to get our stirrups straight.
Also, I think riding one-handed
Alright,
with her
this is probably a huge bad idea, trying to ride a horse with a GoPro. So I am going to give the GoPro to either my dad or my wife, and they can video me riding off into the sunset with my daughter. Whoa.
It's not sunset.
Sunrise, midday sun, whatever. Whoa. Whoa. So JC and I had a very nice ride, and we got back and untacked our horses and groomed them again. And the horses were very happy to be able to get out and get a little exercise. The funny thing is, you groom them again after you take off all the tack, and what's the first thing they do when they go into their pens? They roll and they get all nasty again, but that's what the horses enjoy. So thank you for coming along today as we talked about the horses on the homestead, and we'll bring another video to you very soon about another animal on the homestead. In the meantime, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
But we don't let them loose. We let them loose once to roam the property. And they all ran up over the hill and up into the woods over there. And the girl's like, where are they going? I'm like, don't worry about it. They're fine. And they came back. They know where they live. They're not going to...
They can't get off your property, right?
No, I don't believe they can. It's fenced all the way around. So unless there's a fence down somewhere, but I don't think they're even going to, you know, challenge a fence. It's fenced all the way around. And as long as the gate to the BLM thing is closed, they can't get off. But everyone was nervous that they were going to disappear. They were going to... But I think if we did it more frequently, they would be less likely to do that. They would.
I'm wondering if you just left their gate open so that they can get to the hay.
Oh yeah, they'd just go back.
I wonder if they just wander around and at nighttime come back and hang around the pen.
More than, because that's what the cows do.
Yeah.
The cows wander all over the place. In the dead of the summer, they'll bed down wherever. But as it gets colder, they go back in there. They know exactly where their spot is, and they go right back to it. Even when we didn't have that rail there and it was just wide open over on that thing, they would just go in there and hang out in there because it's theirs. And I think the horses would do the same thing. Yeah. But I don't know what happened with Mickey out with the rest of them. I don't know, she beat everybody up all the time.
With as much room as they got to get away from her, it'd probably be just exercise getting away from her.
Maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, they're both still on. My fear is always seeing a horse running by without a rider. And it happened one time. I was down at the pens and JC was out riding. The next thing I know, dude's running down the hill with the saddle on his side. There's no chase. I'm like, crap. So she was fine, but I was more concerned that he was going to trip over the saddle. But he just came right back to the barn and went in the pen. See, Lady's a good horse. She'll take care of him.
Find a way to make this hat a little bit tighter, because...
Why don't you put your hood on to cover your ears and put the hat in the truck?
Well, what I'm wondering is when I shave my head off, this is going to be real loose, and I'm wondering if there's a way to tighten this up inside, but there's not.
There might be a hat band or something that you could add to it. It would be a temporary...
Oh, okay. See, that's good.
Yeah.
So I can make newspaper around the inside. That would work. Alright, I was just wondering. I didn't see that.
We could even do like a roll of fabric and put it around there.
Yeah.
You know, tighten it up a little bit.
Guess that's it.
Yeah.
Do you need to close all these gates up?
Just this one. Just this one. The other ones, they'll open or close when they come in next time. So they just won't think to close this one if it's not. Yeah, it is. That's why dude started getting a little... At the rescue and stuff, when it gets real windy, they won't let the kids ride, because if they're newbies, horses get real freaky in the wind, especially ones that are spooked by blowing branches and everything else. They don't really like the wind.
Squealing on me.
Yeah. Even when Gary was here, he was looking, he says, "Yeah, a lot of corral panels." We said, "Yep."
A lot of what?
Corral panels, those fencing. When we first put up fences for the horses, we didn't, in California, we had different fencing, and it was, we had T-posts and other stuff and all kinds of craziness. And then we bought these, and when he saw how easily these go up, he's like, "Oh my God." You just stand them up and put the clips in the middle and done. And we got a bunch of them. We get some good deals on them, and I was like, "We are taking those. They are not staying here." actually made a separate trip up to bring all those 2 flatbeds.
Well, once we get the fence around this thing,
We're getting close. We're getting closer to spring.
yeah, get them dogs out there and tired out, so night they ain't gonna wake up.
Yeah, they're not going to wake up. He's going to be less likely to do anything in the house because he's had all that time outside.
Yeah.
It'll make things a lot better. One step at a time.